pas ne comprend qu'un point, la question indonésienne. Y a-t-il des objections?
The provisional agenda comprises only one item, the Indonesian.
Cooperation with the representatives of the various parts of Indonesia. The government has taken energetic steps towards the formation of an Indonesian federal interim government. On December 18th, the Netherlands government promulgated a special decree setting forth in detail the measures necessary for creating the organs which will complete the future organization of the United States of Indonesia. In conformity with Article 2 of the additional Renville Principles, fair representation in these organs has been offered to all territories, while in a special article of the decree, the possibility has been left open to incorporate also those areas which as yet have not cooperated. The Netherlands government will pursue these objectives with determination and sincerity. The only purpose of the action which has been undertaken is to purge certain areas in Central Java and Sumatra of irresponsible and extremist elements.
The final clause of paragraph 7 of Article 2, whom I choose because he is a distinguished representative of one of the interested countries. Mr. Hasluck of Australia, in his book Workshop of Security, which appeared this year, speaking about Article 2, paragraph 7, says, and I quote, conclude that the Indonesian question is outside that competence. First, because the Charter only deals with relations between sovereign states. Second, because this is a matter within the domestic jurisdiction of the Netherlands. And third, because the situation does not endanger international peace and security. This view, propounded last year by the Netherlands representative, is still valid today. When the matter first came up in the Security Council, it was discussed at considerable length in the Council, and in the course of that debate, it became quite clear that, although the Council adopted a resolution on the Indonesian dispute, the question of its competence was in no way decided or prejudiced by this action. I hope you will allow me, Mr. President, to quote what was said by some representatives on the Council on August 1st, 1947, about the competence of the Council in respect of the Indonesian question. The distinguished representative of the United Kingdom said on August 1st, 1947, and I quote, "It is quite clear to me that a number of representatives doubt whether the Security Council has competence." End of the quotation. The delegate of the United States the same day said, and I quote again, "The question of sovereignty and the question of competence of this Council to deal with the case have been brought up by the representative of the Netherlands and, in our opinion, also merit the respectful attention of the Council." End of the quotation. The essence of this statement was repeated by the President in the 192nd meeting on August 22nd, 1947. This situation was in no way changed by the subsequent dispatch of the Committee of Good Offices to Indonesia. With regard to that subject, I may again quote, as an example, what was said by the United States representative in the 193rd meeting of the Council. I quote, "We suggest that the Council itself should tender its good offices to the parties. Such a solution would not, because of the nature of the offer of good offices, raise any question whatsoever as to the Council's competence or jurisdiction in the matter, since whatever services the Council might render to the parties would be upon the express request of the parties themselves. the question of the Council's jurisdiction would not arise at any stage in the exercise of such good offices. End of the quotation. I hope you will forgive me, Mr. President, for tracing back the origin of the Council's dealings with the Indonesian question somewhat elaborately, but it seems to me of the utmost importance that the members of the Council should clearly realize that the competence of the Council in the Indonesian dispute was never recognized by the Netherlands and never decided by the Council itself. We may all regret that the Charter of the United Nations has its limitations, that it is far from being a cure-all for the ills and evils of the world. The history of the past few years has taught us the lesson that there are a considerable number of issues, even issues vital to the peace of the world, with regard to which the United Nations have not been able to take decisive action. And I think of Greece, of Korea, and of the Berlin question.
Dans la défense, pour la défense de la souveraineté et de la liberté de la République d'Indonésie.